So today we are going to go over Starter Deck 10. It is coming out soon. It's just on the horizon. And first of all, the artwork looks sick. We just got the box packaging revealed. For the Japanese version, it was a little bit like wider. But we have a little bit more compact version, it seems, which I personally prefer. But yeah, let's get into it. So the one thing we need to know is there's 3 leaders that you're getting. So you're going to be able to play with either Luffy, Law, or Kid. And it also comes with a like deck box type thing with this artwork on it. It's not showing on here, but let's just get into it. You get a deck box, and the other reason why it's a little bit more expensive is because all the cards in here are foiled. They're all holographic cards, which is the first time we've had a deck like this. And let's get into it. So first off, we're starting off with 2 reprints. We get Nami from OP01, the Searcher Nami. The artwork looks fantastic. I remember when it was first revealed, I loved it. And it's great that we're getting a reprint because the original OP01 Nami, it is also foiled, but it's like a half art. There's artwork for half the card, and then the other half is kind of just like blank with some text. But we get a full art version. It's phenomenal. Then you get Zoro, the Zoro Parallel, so Starter Deck 10. But this is a reprint of OP01, 3 cost 5k Rush. So this is basically the Rush Zoro from OP01 that everyone was crazy about. It's a pretty big staple in Zoro decks. And you get a reprint of it, and the artwork is amazing. So very stoked that we're getting these because this card was pricey for a lot of people wanting to play Red and wanting to play Zoro, but now you can get 4 of them in one basically starter deck. So it's gonna be great. Now let's get into the leaders. So we start off with Law, and Trafalgar Law is 4 cost 5k power, red and purple. These are all red and purple leaders. Law's effect is activate main once per turn. Dawn -3, so you return 3 Dawn to your Dawn deck. Place up to one of your opponent's characters with 3000 power or less at the bottom of the owner's deck, and play up to 1 character card with a cost of 4 or less from your hand. First of all, I just think it's like so cool that it's Law's ability where he's shambling your opponent's character off the board and your character on the board. And you're getting rid of a 3k power, and you're getting a 4 cost on your board. So combine that with some cost minusing effects, like that would be like great, right? Now we have Luffy. Now I believe, like, I'm definitely going to be playing this one, and I believe this one is one of probably the strongest leader in this set. But it's 3 life, 6000 power, again red and purple. Activate main. If you have 0 Dawn cards on your field, or 8 or more Dawn cards on your field, add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and set it as active. Now, the fact that it's a 6k body alone is really strong, and it's gonna be really powerful in the late game. If you have a couple of Dawn ramping cards, you could get there so quickly, and then you'll be like all up to like you'll be able to play a 9-drop Newgate on curve, which will be insane. So this one's gonna be really strong. And then there's Kid, everybody's favorite, I guess. Not really. Your turn. If you have 4 or more life cards, give this leader 1000 power. So you're kind of handicapping your leader a little bit. So he is 5000, but for like the first little while you have 4 or more life cards, you'll be at -1k, which I don't think it's a big deal because you're likely going to take the first hit anyways as you do. And then the second hit, like, you'll maybe want to get out of that one time, or maybe you'll take the hit there. And then his effect is, when attacking, Dawn -1, this leader gains plus 2k power during this turn. So I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I think the other two leaders are stronger, but it's okay. So let's get into the cards though. Mind you, these are all foiled. Like the art, first, we just gotta take a second. Like the artwork is crazy. But Sanji, on play, if your opponent has a character with 5,000 or more power, this character gains Rush, a 6k Rush, and it has counter. So I think this is pretty good. Jinbei 2k counter, Dawn times 1 when attacking. Give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 2,000 during this turn. So we basically have our very own Blamenco now. Quite strong, and it's a 2k counter. Like this is gonna be a staple for sure. And then this card, this is a very special card. This is a super rare in this set. 10 costs 11k power. Rush, when your opponent activates a blocker, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 8,000 power or less. Which basically, like, you're going to be able to rush and swing, and if your opponent has a blocker, they are going to think twice about activating that. Because if they do, then you're going to be able to KO an 8k or less character. Phenomenal. Killer, 5 cost 6k, your turn once per turn. When a Dawn card on your field is returned to your Dawn deck, KO up to one of your opponent's rested characters with a cost of 3 or less. Man, Killer's artwork looks so nice. I just gotta say. Shachi and Penguin, 2k counters on play. If you have 3 or less Dawn cards on your field, add up to two Dawn cards from your Dawn deck and rest them. Now, think about Law's ability, right? You can minus 3 Dawn, get rid of their 3k power, and then play a 4 cost. So you can play this, and since you'll likely have less Dawn, you'll just ramp up 2 Dawn again. So really, like in the early game, you're not falling too far behind. Jean Bart, on play 1, rest 1 Dawn, add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and set it as active, so that's a good ramping card. Trafalgar Law, we have another SR. Blocker, on play, Dawn minus 1, and if your opponent has 7 or more cards in your hand, trash 2 cards from your opponent's hand. So this one's like the artwork looks like good ability, can't complain. Heat, once per turn when your Dawn card on your field is returned to your Dawn deck, this character gains plus 2k power until the start of your next turn. Standard ability, decent. Beppo, 4 cost 5k. When attacking, if your opponent has more Dawn cards on their field than you, add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and rest it. Good ramping card. Eustace Captain Kid. Now, I hate on Kid a little bit. I'm not the biggest fan, but this card is phenomenal. 7 cost 8k. On play, and when attacking, Dawn minus 1, up to one of your leader gains plus 1,000 power until the start of your next turn. That's really strong. Imagine playing a Luffy leader, right, who's already a 6k body. Then you Dawn minus 1, and he's just a 7k body. And for as long as you have this kid on your board, you just, like, Luffy's just a 7k body, and you have to deal with that. That's insane. Then you have Wire. Once per turn, when a Dawn card on your field is returned to your Dawn deck, draw 1 card and trash 1 card from your hand. Gum Gum Giant Sumo Slap. Up to one of your leader characters gains plus 2k power during this battle, and KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 2,000 power or less. This is really strong for an event card. You get plus 2k and you get to KO a 2k character. Gum Gum Kong Gatling, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 7,000 power or less. This is like phenomenal. Punk Vice, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 2 or less, and add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and rest it. It's a good ramp card. And then we're back at the front. So this is going to be very, very interesting, and this is the first time where we've had a starter deck where the leaders are actually going to be impacting the meta in such a large way. Because if you think back, after OPO1, we're heading into OPO2, not like some people were playing the Luffy starter. Some people were still playing Eustace Captain Kid, no one was really playing Kaido and Crocodile. Now we're in set 4. Crocodile's back, so people are playing Crocodile and seeing really good results. No one's playing STO1 Luffy. Some people are playing STO2 Kid. No one's playing STO4 Kaido. No one's playing STO5 Akainu. No one's playing STO6 Big Mom. No one's playing STO7 Luffy. No one's playing... Sorry. No one's playing STO5 Shanks, STO6 Akainu, STO7 Big Mom, STO8 Luffy, and STO9 Yamato. Like, you'll have your one-offs, but it's not really being played at such a capacity. So really, right now, as we're heading, like, we're probably in the middle of OPO4 right now, I'd say. The only leader that's being played from a starter deck is Crocodile. Like, that's it. Now we're going to have 3 new leaders, and I definitely think Law and Luffy are going to be popularly played, especially because of the red and green Law that's done so well. People are going to want to play red and purple Law. Like, this is going to be fantastic. So really excited for this. Make sure you grab a deck or two. And yeah, I'll definitely do a box opening when that comes out. So stay tuned. And once again, thanks for watching.